An exclusive interview with Engineer Emmanuel Eze, EBUBEDIKE one of NGBOEJEOGU, a youth leader and a talent builder, bordering on development, peaceful coexistence, and youth-oriented advice on life growth in Ohuku local government area, Ebonyi State, Nigeria. I am MBAM Sylvester. Enjoy the view.
What are those things that motivated you to encourage youth and direct them for better tomorrow?
Thank you very much. Let me start by welcoming you gentlemen of the press and saying compliments of the season to you people as well. It's the Yuletide season, so you're all welcome. And then diving straight into your question, for me, it is in my nature to help. It is in my nature to help, not because I'm the richest, not because I'm the wealthiest, not because I'm the most privileged, but just because I believe that what makes one human is your ability to also impact on the next person positively. You know, I'm a Christian, a Catholic to be precise, and my watchword is the biblical injunction given by Jesus that apart from the love of God, the next commandment is the love of neighbor. That's what underpins everything I do. And that is the foundation of the little and modest efforts we are making to impact the lives of our neighbors in whatever little way we can. Thank you.
Okay, we saw that over 100 people are enjoying their scholarship program. What actually motivated you to invest more academically?
You know, I am a native of Ngbo. Ngbo is in Ohuku local government area in Ebonyi State. And everybody that knows our history knows that we are educationally disadvantaged relative to other Southeasterners. And so you would say with me that the reason is not far-fetched. It is because of the lacuna, you know, that exists as far as Western education is concerned in my community, in my town, in Ngbo. That is why that drive, that urge is there to, as much as possible, you know, enable people, help in whatever little way we can to promote education, especially among the youths. Thank you.
We have many youth a few years ago, turned around to become an issue, where a lot of youth, the action shows that they are being misled. What is your advice to?
My advice is quite simple. You know, there's in logic what we call the law of excluded middle. The law of excluded middle says that something can never be true and false at the same time. It is either true or false. That means that the middle, which is like the gray area between true and false, is excluded. Is either true or it's false. And so you can draw an analogy with good and bad. Something can never be good and bad at the same time. It is either it's good or it is bad. And so I would adjure my fellow Ngbo youths, you know, don't mind this, my gray beard, I'm still a youth. I would advise, especially as we get into 2024, that we eschew the bad and embrace the good. Song, if I'm the fublash, bibim, onye nonye paronjo ha, mako evedre. Lo evedre bones, me vedon your bone. That is it. And back to your former question, there's something I need to correct. We are not doing scholarship award. What we are doing is bursary award. You know, it's more or less like just giving some stipend to tertiary education students. You understand? Each successive year, we've had about 200 beneficiaries, for the years that we have done it. This year, precisely, we did 243 of them. The previous years were like 200, and then the previous year as well. And prior to that, we had programs with post-primary schools, secondary schools in our local government, where we did the annual quizzes for them, just to encourage their education, and then the spirit of academic competition in them, and then gave prizes to first, second, and third positions in both the senior and the junior category. So I just wanted to make that clarification that it's not a scholarship program per se. It's rather a bursary program just to give stipends to students to encourage them, to keep doing what they are doing and excel. Because Obla MBAM school, my Ngajika in it was because we embraced education, we passed through the four walls of the ivory tower. That is why what is happening is happening. One cardinal underpin of development is access roads. Any place that has no access to it is virtually cut off. And when you are cut off, you're cut off from everything. So all that need to ensure that with access routes. Gendi Banyi, we are an agrarian people, and we have farm produce that we produce here, and we don't consume all of them. So all that route so that we'll be able to sell our farm produce and also enable our people to go to and fro. And I'm going to give fine lot time when we can English and Japanese so it's just the thought of further engendering development among our people. Jesus Christ said he's the way, the truth, and he started with way. That is to underscore the importance of road, because road is way. He said, I'm the way, the truth, and the life. So be able, because Jesus is the way. That inculcated the importance of having a way in me, and I felt that we should have a way across Ozumogodasha. And then we contributed in a little way to Iruchi Bridge Okpoma, which had become an intractable problem, so to speak, among our people. Excuse me. At our two bridges, but the level of economy in the bank, so I felt, well, in our own little way, oblong we go save that. And as God would have it, it happened. I believe Lord who bridge help no bag on that right, and to God be the glory. It's a success story,
On that, what's the advice to the states on paying attention to the environment? Because there have been a lot of issues in a lot of rural areas in the state. The immediate past have been concentrated more in urban areas. What would you like him to do to encourage agri in the rural areas?
Your question has already answered the question you asked. It's straightforward. The former governor concentrated on the urban, which is good. At least that side is taken care of. So the focus of the present government should shift more to the rural areas, because, like I said before, you need to evacuate the farm produce produced in the hinterland, and everybody knows we're hunger in Nigeria today. You understand? So in the villages, there's a glut of farm produce, whereas in the urban, there's a lack. So it is only roads, hinterland roads, ring roads, that will now facilitate the movement from an area of excess to an area of lack. And people will now have economic empowerment. And then there will be access to the rural areas, and then there will be development. So advice to His Excellency Governor Nwifuru, so that lag also will be penetrating. Like from this village to Okwanao, Bubble Zone, we should carry 15-20 minutes. But you know how long it took you to come here. Bukwara make the machine, but another story altogether. And I trust that the governor would do it because I believe that a lot of people oriented, so that's my advice to His Excellency.
Major had one of the best youth-type periods so far. In the past years, that is a bit unfair because of attack from Mandela or any of the other place. That's miraculously peace. So, as a stakeholder and the youth leader, what is your feeling about that particular achievement?
And like you said, this is the best Christmas of all. Let me say of all Marivas Onyembo. And the thing, it gives me unquantifiable joy, And for that, we owe a debt of gratitude to each and every person because we know how this year about the effort to be done. The effort has been long in coming. So to each and every individual that contributed in any way, no matter how minute, that piece we have brought a reality. But ekele shike monye hazons monye hamuhamo and the Bible has a promise to peacemakers. You understand? With Jesus Christ himself, said, blessed are the peacemakers, and he attached a promise to it. I don't know whether he said they shall inherit the earth or something. You understand? So that is the only promise of the Beatitude where this thing attached to it. So, so to your question, it gives me unquantifiable joy that we have peace. And then I congratulate the leadership of Ngbo Leaders Council, our political leaders, our traditional rulers, our stakeholders, and also our Agila brothers, because it takes two to tango. So as much as I thank the people on our side, I also congratulate and thank the people on their side. And it's our prayer that the peace remains, and then ultimately we thank God, who is the God of peace.
Nigerian youths majorly are failed by the situation of the country, our leadership, and all that. And many of them believe in the word Jakpa. What are your words of encouragement as we march to the new year?
That is a $1 million question. For me, the economic realities in the country stares everybody in the face. You know it, I know it, everybody knows it. Even your land at your greener pasture, that is what everybody is looking for. So my advice is this: if you have something you can do in this country, you can fend for yourself, then stay around. Let's see how we can better improve the country. But on the other hand, if you have opportunity, because I believe in mobility of labor, if you have the opportunity to go out there and make a better living for yourself, your family, with all pleasure, go ahead and utilize the opportunity. But I must say this: by the grace of God, I've had the opportunity to travel, outside this country. And I've seen that outside the country, with a bed of roses, many of the fantastic stories we hear is not true. It's not true. And a lot of people have fallen victim, to fraudsters and tricksters. Some people have become sex slaves. Some people have become, have been trafficked as children and all of that because of the Jakpa syndrome. So what I would say is, whoever wants to Jakpa, let the person be sure of where he or she is going and be sure that whoever he or she is talking to is genuine, so that they don't make a mistake that they would regret.
Do not forget to subscribe and drop your comment at the comment section as we continue to give you updates on activities across the nation. I am MBAM Sylvester, the Mirror TV.